Welcome to the BobbleOn podcast,
where we're committed to providing practical advice and strategies to increase your revenue, unify your team, and create accountability throughout your organization.
Let's go. No idea what episode we're on, but I'm excited for today.
You know, it's a good sign when we don't know the episode.
I have no clue.
I think it's like when you're, well, it's nothing like actually when you're getting older. Because when you're getting older and you forget which age you are, it's kind of sad. Do you remember? And we're off. Yeah, I hope everyone liked that pod. Did you have an age when you were very young that you couldn't wait to get to? Like when you were 5, 6, 8, like could you not wait to get to a certain age?
He was always driving.
Driving, so 15, 16?
Yeah, 16 and a half in America. He grew up in Africa.
Yeah, I don't know if that's probably the best analogy. 17 was mine, yeah. All right, so this is going to be a fun episode.
Can I ask a question back, or
Yeah,
am I
sure,
just chop liver?
Go ahead.
No, I'll wait for it.
Well, we don't have scripts, so you can go do whatever you want.
Yes. What are we talking about today?
Today, we're excited. So this year has been a super exciting year for us, and BobbleOn has been so fulfilling. We've had hundreds and hundreds of calls this year with prospective clients all across the country. We'd say internationally, but that wouldn't be true. It's all across the country. Every size from an entrepreneur of one person who just started an agency to a fifth generation with 50 employees or more. And in these conversations, obviously they have tons of questions. They want to go over back and forth on, what the BobbleOn experience is like and whether it's right for them or not. But the same question keeps popping up, and I think it's important for us to dive into that today. And it's, what will life look like for myself and my agency afterwards? If we engage and we run a workshop, we do 2 or 3 or 4, what will life look like down the road? I need to know that. And I think that's what we really are going to dive into today.
I'm excited for that. Correction.
Okay.
We did have a Denmark agency reach out to us.
No way. I didn't know that.
I know. It was via DM. I couldn't call. It was too much cost.
Wait. We should change all of our marketing information to go international workshops.
I told them we'd meet in Amsterdam.
Now I know why I wasn't involved.
Yeah. I'm excited. This is going to be a great podcast to talk about what success looks like for our best clients and for prospective clients and for tons and tons of clients that we've helped along the way, as well as the phone calls. But also to those listening out there, at the end of this podcast, Matt and I are going to go over what some of our BobbleOn clients are doing to take advantage of a situation they're in to get workshops partially and almost all paid for without using their own funds.
Woo! Cliffhanger. Teaser. Now we should do a 2-hour pod just to screw with people. At the very end, be like, no, we're just messing with you.
Personal best.
Personal best, you or me?
You.
If for those that aren't watching, Zack just threw up an imaginary pen. Why? Because that's how we determine who starts in our weekly meetings. So personal best, have to go with Thanksgiving last week. Specifically, Parker, Belle, Sadie, and I all went out to Hubbardston, where her family's originally from. They have a big Thanksgiving feast where they have all extended family come. And the funny thing happened was that the lights went out, the electricity, the storm came, and there was a bunch of trees that fell in Hubbardston, and everyone lost power. And so from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. we had 0 power, and their family didn't miss a beat. They just threw down. They turned on the wood stoves. They threw the platters on top to keep everything warm, and all while we're passing Parker around, and he was getting introduced to family members, and he had a great time for the 5 minutes he stayed awake. But it was fun. It was first Thanksgiving with him, and the only.
How many outfits did he wear?
2 outfits that day. The big mistake I made was putting his pants on backwards so that the big turkey was on his crotch, not his ass. So that's a dad fail, or may have been intentional. I don't know.
The story hasn't been told. What was your favorite dish of Thanksgiving?
Always my favorite dish is green bean casserole, but they didn't have it.
Ooh!
Yeah. So Sadie and I didn't talk for the 2 hours we drove back. No. Last year she made and brought green bean casserole to Thanksgiving, and it was the biggest hit. Like, she put a little bit of paprika and some hot stuff in there, and it just, man, it flew off the shelves. This year it didn't happen. Regretful. Big mistake. Favorite dish, though, is always stuffing if green bean casserole's not there.
True.
What about you?
So we have a weird green bean casserole story as well, oddly enough, in that we're done with the meal, we're sitting around, and Kristen's Aunt Bonnie walks in and goes, "Oh my God, the green bean casserole." She literally forgot, and it was in the microwave.
Oh, no.
So we didn't have green bean casserole either.
No way.
Yeah, no green bean casserole.
Oh.
I know.
Wow, that's kind of bizarre.
0 for 2. ZB, did you have green bean casserole? 0 for 3 in this one room.
Way. Well, how? Why not?
Because I made everything else, and then it was the last dish to make, and I was like,
Oh. Okay, so 3 different reasons why we didn't have green bean casserole. ZB just
ZB was just no effort.
He was just lazy. He just decided, I'm stopping at turkey and stuffing. You go buy your cranberry sauce and green bean.
My favorite dish, which was never my favorite dish on Thanksgiving, was actually the cranberries. They actually made, I think cranberry sauce is relatively easy to make, but there's 2 types of people. There's one, you just uncork the can and dump out the gelatin, basically.
Yep. Wiggle.
Yeah, they basically made cranberry sauce, so cranberries, and stewed.
Homemade?
Yeah, it was awesome.
So good.
It was fantastic. But so putting that on top of turkey is just, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You can put gravy on it, but the cranberries on top is awesome.
So the green bean casserole that wasn't eaten, it was left in the microwave at home?
The green beans by themselves were in the microwave. She put them out to microwave them. She microwaved them and forgot to take them out and make the casserole.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that was just, okay, wow.
Yeah, so didn't cook it.
Wasn't planned.
Chose not to even include it.
Right.
Forgetful.
Lazy.
Doesn't give a shit.
He knew what he was doing wrong. ZB, lazy. Anyways, what was your top personal?
Personal best. When I looked at last week, my favorite thing that we did together is we officially cut the cord. No more cable.
Wow.
Gonzo. We are YouTube TV now.
Yeah.
So.
Congrats.
Yeah, it was something that we were talking about forever. And I woke up Saturday morning and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. Literally just took the TV off, unplugged the cables, took the TV from upstairs, got rid of it, and I was like, KG, we have no TVs unless we do something. So we literally, Mason and I just went out, because our TV we bought so long ago, it's 10 years old, 8 years old, so it wasn't smart. So we could have bought a Roku, there's a lot of things we could have done, a Fire Stick or whatever. But decided to buy a smart TV because they were so cheap, $250 or something for a 55-inch TV.
Yeah.
And now we have YouTube TV, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I love it. Do you have a YouTube TV?
I've tested it out, and the reason I did was my parents were visiting for 3 weeks after Parker was born, and their apartment they were subletting killed their cable. So it forced us, the thing is you can do a week YouTube TV trial for free, and then they canceled it. And then they opened another one under a different Gmail account. They canceled it, and then they tried the other one, not YouTube TV, but the Hulu? Hulu, yeah, they tried Hulu.
Yeah.
They liked it, and they got a lot out of it. There was a lot of, what are you missing?
I don't know yet. I know I'm missing Red Zone, which, boohoo, I'm going to watch less football that I don't even get to watch anyways.
Right.
With Mason all over me and Emma, I don't really watch Red Zone that much. But I will miss Red Zone, unfortunately. But I have a hard time imagining that YouTube TV doesn't bring on Red Zone. They advertise on football. So I still get Celtics basketball. If I can find time to watch that, that'd be great.
Because all the major networks are on there.
Yeah, they're there. I'm probably missing something I can't figure out, but good.
Yeah.
Frankly, it is so cheap, number one. Number two, you can stream it everywhere, which is really cool. I can control it from my phone. And we have Disney Plus, so the kids don't know the difference. Throw on Cinderella, and it's still Cinderella.
Yeah, nicer TV.
It's awesome.
Last question on that. Is there, do you have a bundle with the cable beforehand with internet? And how did you get around that?
I called them, and I've been a Verizon customer for a long time. And I gotta tell you, actually, translatable, I know in the past I've made fun of cable companies of the like has been poor customer service. Verizon, I know you're watching, it's Verizon, clearly they tuned in. Excellent customer service.
Wow.
Excellent.
Gotten better.
Woman got on the phone with me and she could not have been nicer. She said a lot of people are making the switch to YouTube TV. I think that's a great move. Congratulations on an excellent move for your family. I'm canceling the service with her and she's telling me it's a great move.
Wow.
It was very kind. Didn't have to say that. Let me cancel, no fees. Waived all the fees for me, and she's like, I'll have no problem waiving the fees. Do you mind keeping the internet service with us? I was like, no, I don't mind.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? you're at 75 speed, I'm going to bump you to 200 speed just for your loyalty. Bump me to faster internet speed, same cost.
Wow.
Pretty good, really excellent experience. So for insurance people listening and entrepreneurs of the like, when someone calls to cancel their service, like this is a good way to handle it. Because I was intending on staying with Verizon, but I was intending on haggling with them to see how low I could go.
Yeah.
And now, if I'm overpaying, so be it.
Yeah.
I'm staying.
Well, it would be relatable if someone calls, they live in the city, and they're like, you know what, I'm getting rid of my car, I'm going to cancel my policy. That's a great idea. You're going to save a ton of money on gas. But if someone calls, I'm like, I'm moving to Geico. That's a great idea. We suck.
Yeah. But to your point, in that instance, as insurance agents, we often are like, oh, like I'm only going to have a renter's policy now.
Sure.
And like, are they taking your renters too?
Yeah.
It's like, no, if you could just position it as like, I'm so glad we get to, XYZ.
Yeah. If you don't have a car and you drive someone else's car, you got no car, you get an umbrella. You got to get a big umbrella now.
The cost of your auto insurance umbrella.
Yes.
All right, back around. So excited to talk about what BobbleOn clients are experiencing. It's really been a fun year.
It has.
It's been a transformative year.
I'm glad we didn't. I wanted to talk about this like April because we were seeing pretty cool transformations right off the bat. And we were hopeful at the time, it was a few months, 3-4 months in, we were hopeful at the time that it was indicative of the future clients. But these transformations were pretty powerful and we were like, wow, and we didn't talk about it. So I'm glad we didn't talk about what success looked like and the transformations these clients had because we needed more data points. And now after 51, 52 or 51? What was the last number? Agencies. Any
I'm just
idea?
gonna keep looking at you. 57.
You just throw me when I question stuff. You need to just kind of just tell me.
51.25.
Okay. Well, after 50 plus agencies that we've worked with,
Yeah, I think you're right. 51. Yeah.
knowing that that every single one of them, without fail, has added at least one person to their team is pretty cool. It's pretty powerful.
It's awesome.
And it's one of many things that we should dive in and talk about.
It's what does success look like if you're an entrepreneur, an agency owner, a leader, a manager? It's having more people who are rallying behind your mission and believing in your cause and striving towards goals. And every single one of our clients has more people on the team to help them achieve their mission.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's not for those listening. It's not a requirement. It's not like we come in and say you have to add people, but when you become more structured, when you become more organized, and you have a very clear vision of how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to be, we can quickly identify who you need to add, when you need to add them, why you need to add them, and what they should be doing at your agency. And I think it's one of the major challenges you and I had early on. Our first 3 or 4 years, we added people because we just knew we needed help.
Yeah.
But we didn't know specifically, strategically, who to hire when and in what order. And we made a lot of mistakes.
When you don't have a coach or someone who's not looking at your business or someone who can look at your business without emotion, it's incredibly difficult to know who to hire and when to hire. Because what you do, as we know it from our own failures, is you look back at the last couple of weeks and be like, what was the problem? What's the problem we're having right now? We're having a lot of people right now complain about when they onboarding. Okay, let's hire an onboarding specialist. We need an onboarding specialist. And then it just starts snowballing, and all of a sudden you have an onboarding specialist who comes on and is like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here to solve this little tiny problem.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work.
Or even worse, and we've done this before, so we can kind of laugh at it now, but not laugh at the people that we put in this position, is that you figure out these are the 3 or 4 things I don't want to do anymore, and you hire for that, and then all of a sudden they're a jack of all trades of stuff that you didn't want to do that don't really fit together in a role, but that's how it happens. And so not only have we've helped every one of our agencies add at least one person to their team. That person we've added has been a strategic hire at the right time to really level up the company. Yeah. And what typically happens is you have 3 or 4 or 5 other people at the agency that get to elevate their game too. Because now they are like, oh yeah, I wasn't supposed to be doing this, but I did it anyways because no one else had it. And now take 3 or 4 responsibilities that actually work together. You give that one person a job.
And it really goes back to one of our messages of when you instill the BobbleOn system, you get to focus on what matters most. And we're challenging ourselves to make that message more specific next year about what that actually means. But to be clear, to us what that means is your cause, your purpose, why your insurance agents matter, why your insurance agency matters, why you exist, and moving towards your goals, whether it be 1 year or infinite goals. In order to do that, you need more time. To your point, you need the right people on your team so you have time to focus on what matters most, which is your goal, which is your team, which is your culture, which is your organization. It's been a fun year.
Yeah.
I mean, adding people, last thing about that is like, on that point, like one of the biggest problems we hear all the time in the industry is I can't find young talent in the industry. You and I have been to how many conferences where someone gets on stage and says, here's a hot tip for how to hire millennials. You know what you should do? Like put a ping pong table out there. Be more fun. Do happy hours. You know, put a better coffee machine in there. Remote work hours, all that stuff. Great. All of it's good, but none of that actually helps you hire anybody. Because then you just have a ping pong table in the back of the office that you put like crap on. Nobody uses. Doesn't work.
Yeah, so true. The other thing that pops out is there's three or four entrepreneurs that we've revisited 3 or 4 or 5 times that they've all used the same word is relief. And all of them are extremely talented individuals, just like tons of agency owners out there, like really talented that you can't start a business from scratch or run a business and be the main one holding the accountability if you're not talented, if you're not a hard worker, if you aren't good at multitasking, if you're not good at prioritization, at managing people. You have to be good enough at a lot of different things to do that well. But when you are really good at all those things, you tend to have a much harder time letting go, and you continue to do so many of those things. And these 3 or 4 individuals I'm thinking of, I won't use their names, but they all have found so much relief because they were able to let go with this system. And that's really fulfilling for us, knowing that their lives on a day-to-day basis personally have now been significantly elevated because professionally the structure is much more sound. The system is working and their lives are better for it.
So success, I agree, what it looks like in the entrepreneur's eyes, in the leader's eyes, in the manager's eyes, is they have the right people on their team and they feel like they have finally that magic C word, capacity. They feel like they actually have capacity to do the job that matters that's in front of them. And number 2, they really feel like less stress. Yes, as entrepreneurs, you are always going to feel stress on payroll, on operational stress, on growth, on a lot of different things. But they don't feel the stress of like, I'm not providing value to my team. Or like, I don't have the people around it. So those 2 things, that's what success looks like as an entrepreneur, is you have a place that you actually want to go to. I saw a post on a group that we're a part of on IAOA. It's a fantastic forum out there, as many of you listening know. Nick and Dave just did a wonderful job building that forum. Now, the woman said in the post, I'm just having a moment and I really don't want to go to work. And she was like, I don't want to show up there. I don't want to look there. I don't want to answer the phone. She went on a long rant and she's like, the only reason I do this is because of you guys and I love you guys. And I appreciate all the support. And she had tons and tons and tons of people saying, go get them, go do it. Like, we're all behind you. That's not relief. That person, and I did not reach out to this person. I don't want to offer my services in that way.
Yeah,
but
I'll do it.
Yeah, but I so badly said, no, I appreciate the vulnerability of that person coming out and saying that, but this person's crying for help from someone. And I wish she could talk to us or anybody out there and find someone to help them get that feeling of relief that we're able to provide to these people.
The feeling of relief is so powerful. Relief, the other synonym is hope. And if you don't have hope, like, why wake up? Why go to work? Why continue? And hope is extremely important. Hope for even a small incremental changes. Agency we were helping in Virginia recently, one of the employees who had been there for a couple years, she verbalized at the end when we were going through the process of, how are you guys feeling? Give some aha moments. Her aha moment at the very end was, our owner did an amazing job at telling us where we wanted to go, which a lot of agency owners have a harder time doing. But they cast a vision for the future that I was really happy about. And day to day, he would support me extremely well if I ever needed anything. But we have always been very unclear how we're going from today to that vision There has never been the connection. Now you guys have helped us create that connection, and I have relief because of that.
Ah, it's powerful.
Yeah. So she was able to verbalize the power of the roadmap that we build through the process of BobbleOn. And that's that sense of relief and the hope.
That's beautiful. I wish we recorded that.
I do too. I wish we had. You know what though? I'll ask Emily to reach out to her and try to get a testimonial.
Yeah, but we did just record it though.
Oh, that's right. Could you just, hey ZB, could you make my voice sound very female oriented?
See what I can do.
Okay.
Lovely. I love that. I think that's an absolute perfect testimonial. And I do think that a lot of coaching platforms and lead aggregators and all of the like, they get really sound testimonials. And testimonials are real. I believe in them and what have you. But being in the room and seeing testimonials is what success looks like to you and I. So like just riffing on a different part of the podcast, like that's what success looks like to our clients is relief, hope, and people on the team to really help them grow and get there, right? To you and I, what success looks like is being in a room where people are like literally crying with us together and saying like, now I'm excited.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm actually a little anxious.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't, we need to stop this meeting. I need to go do.
We gotta go execute. Now that we know what we're supposed to be doing, we gotta go execute.
Powerful.
It's so fulfilling, and I think it comes back to our why. And we didn't start BobbleOn because we really needed to make a huge amount of money. We didn't start BobbleOn because we saw this as like, all right, this is 10-year thing where we're just gonna scale it up really big and then let it go. It's like we saw such a transformation personally in our own lives because of the impact that the system had at GNN, that we were like, we gotta start sharing this with other people in the best way we can. And then once we did it, we're like, wow, they're seeing the exact same transformation we did. We gotta do this more and more. And that's why this is kind of a right hook episode. It's as transparent as we can be. We are telling you what life looks like for successful clients of ours because we wanna help more of you. That's it, we wanna help more of you. We know we can, and we're excited to. So,
and here's how.
Johnny,
So where you and I are finding, we ask a lot of our clients, how did you hear about us? And we're excited that a lot of people hear about us on this podcast. This gets shared a lot internally with teams, and we're excited that especially season 1, where we ran into a lot of the referral generation, it's really helping a lot of agencies grow. But still, what we do not want to do is be hawking independent agents of almost like take money out of the independent agent channel to pay for coaching. That doesn't make us feel good. But we know there's a way that you can book BobbleOn workshops without using your own money, and we want to talk about that. Some of our most successful clients are going to their partners, their insurance carriers, the ones they're growing with, the ones they meet with regularly, the ones that they go to the company parties, the one that they invest in. They have all the insurance company swag in their own insurance agency. And they're saying, please, I want to add the right people to this team. I want more people on this team, and I want to feel relief and hope, and I want to rally my team behind my mission. I need your help to book a BobbleOn workshop. And they're getting funds to pay for a BobbleOn workshop. It is a very simple strategy. Go to the insurance carriers you trust. Tell them that you want 2020 to be the best year in your agency's history. And to do that, you want the right coach that has built an insurance agency successfully and built over 50 other insurance agencies, help build successfully and coach them get there. Just need a little bit of financial support.
Amen.
And they'll do it.
They would absolutely do it. And if they don't, they're not the right partner. They don't want to see you continue to grow. Yes. I can think of 3 or 4 of our clients who have had 4 or more workshops and have paid for the equivalent of 1. And that's crazy. That's awesome that we're not taking their money. We have to be compensated for what we're doing because it's extreme value. But we don't want to take our clients' money. We love to take the carrier's money. That's what they should be spending their money on.
That's what a partner does.
That's what the carriers aren't spending money on like crazy marketing dollars.
This episode should be called Cyber Monday. This is the discount on how to get BobbleOn workshops. But we're not telling you this idea Matt and I have where it's like, hey, you should. No, this works.
Yep.
You can go to your insurance carriers because they want you to succeed. They actually need more people on the channel.
Yeah.
They need more people at your agency. They need more sales.
Yes. If you're interested in this, reach out to us and just say, hey, give me more information. We'll give you more information on how to do this. But we'll also connect you with a number of our clients who have already done this successfully, and we guarantee you they will tell you exactly what they did step by step. And it's super simple, but don't even take it from us, take it from them. You know that we'll have tons that'll say, absolutely, we'll do that.
Yeah. We want more of you here in Boston working with Matt and I to help your agency be the best it can possibly be. But we don't want you to pay for it. This is the solve.
Boom. Bobble.
On.
Boom.